Good day, ma'am, Elenita. I'm Jezreel Tasik from BSN English 2B, and today I'm going to discuss the Week 2 module. I'm going to discuss the history of children's literature focusing on the Middle Ages. So, number one is the Beowulf. Beowulf is an anonymous Old English poem about a hero from Geatland in modern Sweden who travels to Denmark where he kills a man-eating monsters and who in later life back home in Sweden confronts and kills a fire-breathing dragon but dies in the effort. It deals with events of the early 6th century and was probably composed 700 to 750. It tells the story of a Scandinavian hero Beowulf who gains fame as a young man by vanquishing the monster Grendel and Grendel's mother. Later, as an aging king, he kills a dragon but dies soon after, honored and lamented. Beowulf helps scholars trace the evolution of English language as well as the study of the norms and traditions of Anglo-Saxons in the medieval period. Beowulf gives a glimpse of England's history and the earliest forms of literature of the people in England. So number two is Robin Hood. The Merry Adventures of Robin Hood, of great renown in Nottinghamshire, is an 1883 novel by the American illustrator and writer Howard Pyle. Pyle compiled the tradition Robin Hood ballads as a series of episodes of a coherent narrative. Brotherhood, family, and the redistribution of goods from the rich to the poor are common themes visited throughout the merry adventures of Robin Hood. So the novel is notable for taking the subject of Robin Hood, which had been increasingly popular throughout the 19th century, in a new direction that influenced later writers, artists, and filmmakers through the next century. So next, it's about King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. The story of King Arthur and his knights is a 1903 children's novel by an American illustrator and writer Howard Pyle. The book contains a compilation of various stories adapted by Pyle regarding the legendary King Arthur of Britain and select knights of the Round Table. So Pyle Nobles begins with Arthur in his youth and continues through numerous tales of bravery, romance, battle, and knighthood. So next, I'm going to describe the following. So number one is ABC Books. It is an alphabet book in English language and a picture book that shows the sequence of letter A to Z. Generally, they are concise, rarely exceeding 60 pages, and have a consistent organizational pattern. They almost always go from A to Z letter. Recognition is one of the key concepts most people rely on alphabet books for, and they are certainly a valuable tool for helping kids learn to recognize and name both upper and lowercase letters. They are also excellent for helping little ones expand their vocabulary. So, number two is horn books. It is a form of children's primer common in both England and America from the late 16th to the late 18th century. Each sheet contains the letters of an alphabet, was mounted on a wooden frame and protected with thin, transparent platforms of horn. So the horn book originated in England and served the function of teaching children to read, learn math, or to receive religious instruction. So horn books are somewhat like the more modern idea of a primer. So next is the chapbooks. It is a small book or pamphlet containing poems, ballad stories, or religious tracts. The term is still used for today to refer to short and expensive booklets. So chapbooks were an important medium for the dissemination of popular culture to the common people, especially in rural areas. So they were a medium of entertainment, information, and generally unreliable history. So for the last, I'm going to discuss the Renaissance period by pointing out the most important events that lead to the development of children's literature. So, um, books and manuscripts became accessible to everyone. Renaissance literature enhanced logical thinking and reasoning in a larger base of readers. So during the Renaissance, most books and manuscripts were written in Latin. So children's literature is important because it enhances development of language skills and other critical thinking skills that provide the foundation of learning. Focusing only a literature's value and developing language skills, but however, overlooks other contributions that reading adds to a child's development. So that's all for week 2 module. Thank you.